Starting the podcast like that?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Liz and Marty Show, Chapter 4.
Welcome back. Another episode. Let's get it.
Happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Hang in there. We're almost there.
Like my sister says, Happy Friday, Junior.
Happy Friday, Junior. Happy Friday Eve. Why not? It's always exciting, Thursday. It's boneless wing Thursday is how I always remember Thursdays, because Buffalo Wings has that deal for buy one get one free. No,
I'm not a big wing person.
Oh,
every time we go to the wings, I mean, you should know this. Every time we go to the wings, I always get like a hamburger.
That's true. I don't know. My little sister's obsessed with Buffalo Wings, and that's why.
Shout out Yesenia.
Shout out to my little sister.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay, you're leaving tomorrow, so...
You sound so happy.
A little sad. I'm not happy.
Huh?
I said I'm not that happy. No, wait. I'm not happy. I said you leave tomorrow, so I'm kind of sad, I'm going to miss you.
You sound so thrilled as well.
Also, we're going to see how this works out, doing the podcast remotely.
Yeah, so I head back home tomorrow after 3 weeks of being in, in Texas and hanging out with you and your loved ones, your friends, and it's just been such a blast. And it's really nice to kind of go back and forth, especially now since I'm working from home. It's a lot easier to do that, and it's time for me to head back home, and I'm really excited to be going back home. But we will be seeing each other here in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll probably bang out like 2 episodes remotely, and then I'm gonna go over to Kansas City like in about 2 weeks. So
yeah,
that gives us a good idea of how it's gonna be whenever we do the podcast remotely.
Yeah, this episode that you're listening to, we're actually filming the night before I leave, and then anything after that, we're gonna be kind of testing out how this podcast is going to be recorded. So what we have going on, explain to them kind of what our setup looks like.
Yeah, right, I kind of explained it like a little bit like on the first episode, one of the episodes, but basically what we're doing is we have 2 recorders that sound really good. I mean, they're really
sounds super crispy.
Yeah, pretty good recorders. So we have 2 recorders. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to be talking on the phone.
We're going to FaceTime.
Yeah, we're going to FaceTime. We're going to be talking on the phone to each other with obviously some like Bluetooth headphones or something or headphones. But we're going to speak into the recorder as well separately, so we don't get like that choppy, noisy like iPhone audio quality. Yeah, we don't want that. So we're going to speak into these recorders. Basically, we're going to record our phone call individually, if that makes sense. And
so the recordings will go into the SD cards, which I will transfer over to you since you're our podcast editor.
And then I'll just sync it up over here at my end, and it should sound like we're like next to each other.
Yeah, you guys won't even notice.
Hopefully you don't.
And if you do, let us know. And I'll tell production to get it together.
God damn. I'm gonna get fired from my job.
So our setting's a little different tonight. We're recording this podcast from our very own bed. This is kind of nice, right?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty chill. It's better than... Well, not really. I mean, I kind of prefer the desk.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I just love being comfortable. I love being in a, next to a few pillows and just kicking it back.
Yeah, it definitely feels more chill than...
chill vibes,
Than our last episode, which was more kind of like...
Oh my gosh, last episode was... we got a lot of good feedback from our last episode, which we really appreciate. Friends, family that have been listening along. You guys have been so supportive. This is Chapter 4, so our 4th episode.
Yeah.
So we've had a few runs there. The first one being, kind of like, I was freaking out the day we went live with that one. I was like, should we have, maybe we should have just left that in drafts. And then just now to, moving forward to Chapter 4, you guys have been so supportive, and I'm really glad a lot of you guys liked our In Memory of 2020 episode, which was, it was an intense one, but it was also kind of one that just like we wanted to make just for, you know.
Yeah, just to keep it in the history books,
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so what do we have planned for this episode?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun topics, a lot more lighthearted, actually. A lot of things that are going on in the pop culture world, sports, just marketing news. I'm very into like marketing news and like anything that revolves around like social media and like the new up and coming, apps and like applications.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, there's a fight happening this weekend.
A boxing match happening this weekend, Saturday, you guys.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know who Jake Paul is, but he's going to be fighting an ex-UFC fighter by Ben Askren. So if you guys aren't aware, like a lot of YouTubers have been getting into the boxing world because basically it's celebrity boxing, and it kind of started as a joke, right? I mean, it started with two YouTubers putting on a fight, and then it started growing from there, and it's kind of being sanctioned now by like the Zone. The Zone is
DAZN.
Yeah, the Zone is Canelo's promotion. I feel like.
Is it?
Yeah, they represent Canelo. Well, I think they had him, but I think they just lost him.
Oh.
Yeah, and
but the Zone, isn't it like a streaming application?
Yeah, the Zone's a streaming application, and I feel like their main focus is boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like
so kind of like big boxing events that they only stream. What is it, online or is it
online? Yeah, and
TV,
if you pay the membership, then you don't have to pay the pay-per-view or whatever. Yeah, so every Canelo fight is not free, but I mean, it's if you're paying for the streaming service, you get all those fights. So if that makes sense. Yeah. So then the Zone helped with the Logan Paul fight, which was against.
That was a few years ago, no?
That was a few years ago. Yeah, Logan Paul against the YouTuber, the European boxer, not European YouTuber, KSI.
Right.
Yeah, and then now the fight that's coming up is Jake Paul against Ben Askren. So
is this the first time that a YouTuber fights an actual like athlete, like a professional athlete?
No, because Jake Paul fought a professional athlete, but he was a basketball player.
Right, but that comes from a fighting, I guess, background.
Yes.
Okay, this
first
is the first
actual
time that a
fighter
YouTuber
fighting an actual fighter.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And it's a little I wouldn't say it's gonna be an easy fight. Obviously not. But I mean, this guy he's not a very like. He's not known for throwing hands. He's more known for wrestling.
Ben Askren.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, this guy Ben Askren, he's gonna be the first actual fighter that is not scared of getting hit, because this guy has been hit with some bombs. He's not afraid of getting bloodied up. He's not afraid of pushing. He's a wrestler, which means he has like a lot of stamina. So all of these past few matches that Jake Paul has had have ended quickly just because his opponent cannot keep the pace, or is scared of being hit and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be... I mean, it's going to be an interesting fight, actually.
Let's just, you know what? Who are you rooting for? That's what I want to know.
Dang, that's a good one. Because, I mean, I'm not like a big like Jake Paul fan,
right,
or a big Ben Askren fan.
Right.
But if I had to guess, I'm going to have to go with Ben Askren. I think Ben Askren might win. And no disrespect to Jake Paul, or I don't have any hate towards the kid. I know a lot.
I'm gonna tell his management right now.
No. I'm saying like a lot of people like hate the Pauls. A lot of people hate the Pauls. A lot of hate the. But I really don't care. It's just like it's kind of like a Mayweather kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like for a lot of people, it's just like it's just entertainment. Who really cares what the beef is, and whatever.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking Ben Askren just simply because I feel like. And maybe after this I'll change my mind, like whenever Jake Paul goes against anybody, because whenever it was Jake Paul against that basketball player, I had Jake Paul, because Jake Paul obviously had been training a whole lot more boxing than the basketball player, so obviously
it wasn't his first rodeo, and versus the other guy was.
Of course, yeah. So right now that he's going against an actual fighter, I'm picking.
Isn't he like a former Olympian?
Yeah, he's an Olympian wrestler.
Crazy. And I just found out, I'm not even into UFC like that. I don't even know anything about it, but I was watching one of his interviews and he said he was a coach. Was he a coach or was he
He's a coach
at the University of Missouri?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Ben
Yeah.
Askren.
Huh?
Ben Askren.
Yes, Ben
Yeah.
Askren. Yep. So this guy has a lot of years and experience under his belt. But it's funny because the only reason this guy, sticks out to me was because we watched that one fight a couple years ago.
Yes,
when the famous 5-second knockout. Is that what?
Knee to the face of Ben Askren. Yeah.
Yes.
By George.
Masvidal.
Yeah, Jorge Masvidal.
I remember that day we were in Austin. We had gone to one of my favorite vacations that we've ever taken together. And we went to Austin for the weekend. We were having such a fun time, and you're like, let's go watch this UFC fight. And of course, I was dreading it. I was like,
yep.
Oh, God, what am I going to do with a bunch of like guys just rooting to, the TV over guys fighting,
Yeah.
whatever. But we were having such a fun time. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And we were watching it. And the main fight, what we've all been waiting for, kind of just like,
And
it
then
left
in 5
everyone
seconds.
in shock, including me. I was like, I looked over to you when Ben Askren was on the floor, and I said, "Is he dead?"
He looked dead.
He looked dead, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I was scared shitless. I was like, "Oh my God!"
And I remember that day you became the biggest Jorge Masvidal fight
Oh my God!
fan.
Please don't
Sorry,
say that out loud.
Jorge
my
Masvidal
God.
fan.
Please bear me. No.
And then what happened, baby? I'm kidding.
It just turns out that he's just very not
A nice
como se
person.
dice. We just are.
He's not all there.
Our views are not the same, and I'm like, oh, that's how you are. That's what you think. Interesting. Okay, well, so anyway, this weekend, Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. So is it a UFC fight then?
No. It's a boxing match.
Oh, it's a boxing match. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Thriller.
Are you gonna watch it?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah. What else you gotta do?
There is gonna be a comic book signing at Red Rock City Comics at 1 p.m. So I might go to that first.
Oh, he's booked and busy.
Yeah, and I think I have a photo shoot, but on Sunday, so I don't think.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'll watch that.
Well, that's super exciting. I mean, I'm even interested in watching that. But yeah.
Yo, in other news, my boy Joe Rogan got a new podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Set up.
Speaking of Austin, Texas, and all
Yeah.
its greatness.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. He just, what was it like? At the beginning of the week, he had his first. No, not even at the beginning of the week. I feel like on the weekend, last weekend, he had his first episode in his new podcasting setup. I know a lot of you guys. I don't know if you guys listen to Joe Rogan, but he's well known for for anybody who doesn't know who Joe Rogan is.
Let's hear it.
No, I'm just saying.
His number one fan.
Number one fan right here. Everybody definitely go listen to some Joe Rogan. And
the JRE experience.
Yeah, but I feel like he has he's grown his podcast really big from the wide diversity of people he has on there. He has anywhere from, he covers all ranges, you guys. So if you guys want to check him, I'm over here promoting somebody else's.
Why are you promoting his podcast?
Like he needs more. Like he needs more.
Come on, are you freaking kidding me?
But it's just so awesome. I mean, he goes from
Martin cannot go as soon as he says Joe Rogan, the biggest smile. And he'll pour out his soul and blood and tears into explaining how.
I'm just saying he goes from celebrities like A-listers, he had Demi Lovato recently, to scientists. He has had Lex Friedman.
He has doctors, scientists. Actors, singers,
crazy people who believe in aliens.
Yeah.
He has astronauts. Those are my favorite. Whenever he has people who actually know about space, I think that's my favorite. He has had Elon Musk. Him and Elon Musk are close, so he's always on the podcast. So I love that.
Those are your favorite episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
You have no problem re-listening.
No. I actually go back and re-listen to my favorite. And these podcasts are not like our podcasts, which are hour or 40 minutes. His podcasts go on for 3 to 4 hours long.
And I think not.
You think not, but the internet says something else.
The internet says otherwise. Joe Rogan has a new studio.
Yeah, and it looks so. The big controversy was with his new studio when he got here to Austin. Mm-hmm. It was a circular studio.
It looked they were in a tunnel.
Yeah. So it was a tunnel looking thing, and it was all red. And everybody that would go in there to do a podcast,
It almost looked crammed.
It looked a little cramped, and everybody looked red. So everybody looked pink.
Yeah, like
and
the
red.
light would bounce back into their faces. And
yeah,
it
was a really bad setup. But his excuse, not excuse, but he was saying that he had to move to Austin and start podcasting right away. So that was the best they could come up with.
He didn't have enough time to.
Yeah. And he had always been saying since like the beginning, like that was just a temporary studio for the podcast. Yeah, temporary podcast setup. And the one that he has now is pretty cool. It's kind of like back to his old school, how he had it before with the curtain and like a bigger table and all his stuff. I really like it. It looks really nice. He does have a big Joe Rogan Experience neon sign behind him that he thinks is a little dorky, which I kind of like, but by knowing him, he'll probably move it because he doesn't like to.
Yeah. He doesn't like that.
He don't like that.
Joe Rogan.
We love him. What?
You love him, and I love him for you.
Thank you.
In other news, Bad Bunny released his last official world tour. Not world tour, the US tour, huh?
I'm like, thank God.
What?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, so Bad Bunny released his concert dates for his claimed last tour.
Do you think that's the name of the tour, or do you think that's the
So I think it is the name of the tour. Let me just fact check this really quick, but that's literally the name of the tour. Like,
because if he does that, I don't want it to be like the country singer, what's his name, George Strait.
Yeah,
he's always doing his last ever tour. Come listen to me live for the last time.
He's just trying to make his bag.
And he goes like around the country and has like a full concert setup in Las Vegas where he always does concerts, and it's always his last. So I don't want it to be that.
Well, it sounds like this one's pretty like legit because he's been talking about it on Twitter for a while that he's just
done with it.
Yeah.
What's he gonna be do? What's he gonna do? Become a wrestler?
Well, maybe. Who knows?
That's
like
he,
something that's so interesting about him is that he's very young. He got, success from like fairly quickly. I'm not going to say very quickly because I don't know exactly, and now I think he just wants to move on to other things. Who knows? Maybe this isn't his last tour. Maybe he's going to come back in a few years, but it's called Bad Bunny, El Último Tour del Mundo 2022. That's literally what it's called. But
does it say anything about is he retiring after this or what's happening?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the flyer, and looking at the flyer, it says tickets go on sale tomorrow, April 16th at noon. I think that's Eastern time. So, yeah. And I'm looking here. Kansas City is not one of the cities, which I'm hurt because.
Well, I mean,
what? Well, say it. I dare you. Don't you dare.
He doesn't go to small towns.
He will be in Houston in February. But you know what's so interesting? If it is your last tour, he only has like 1 day per city. Like, he's not doing multiple
He just wants to get it over with.
He just wants to get it over with?
He's done with everybody.
Why? Yo quiero cantar la de...
Uh-oh. She got stuck.
Oh my God, I was going to sing this song and it wasn't even his.
She was like, I want to...
Mia.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing la de
Hawaii, de
Dame más
Maluma.
gasolina. I'm
kidding.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But yeah, you guys, for those who are Bad Bunny stans, let us know how you feel. Are you sad that he's going away forever?
I don't think he's going away forever.
I mean, but from the music world, probably. Can you imagine? He has some hits. He has some really good bops, and yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna miss him. See, I wasn't like a hardcore Bad Bunny fan, like those people who were like crying over those Crocs that he released.
Oh,
the Croc collaboration. Not that person, but I do appreciate his music, and I hope that he does come back eventually. And I really hope.
When was the first time you heard about Bad Bunny? Like, what was one of your?
Ooh, I don't know. It's been a while. I want to say 3 years ago. Before this COVID, I can't even think past.
Like, can't remember like the I heard him first whenever I went to the Valley, like McAllen, Texas, to visit my cousins, and one of my cousins put that song on oh crap, how does it go? Damn it, I can't even remember.
Look at you. And what happened? Did it change
Well,
your
anyways,
life?
I was just like, I don't know who that guy is, but then I remember seeing like he won like a Grammy or something, and they were talking about like we can't be bullies anymore. We have to be like respectful, and then they called him out like for whatever reason, like the person that was saying that, she's like, conejo malo tiene que ser conejo bueno, and I was like, what?
I don't know, but anytime I hear La Romana, look. It takes me back to my last year in college when we were going to Buck Wild and, when COVID wasn't a thing. And it just brings me back in memories, like good party memories. And I can't even think about the last time I truly went partying. But
yeah, and then I actually became a fan of Bad Bunny whenever he released that song with Drake.
I knew it. Isn't it Mia, I think?
Yeah, Mia.
Yeah.
That's whenever he became mainstream for me. But it's because I don't really listen to a lot of like reggaeton music. I'm not a big reggaeton. Is that reggaeton? It is, right? Yeah. So
I think it is. And I feel like he also falls into the like trap category almost.
He does a lot. He's very like diversified with his stuff. Yeah, because
he also did a
corrido.
Yeah, he did a collab with some corrido norteño banda or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
No, he's definitely in the know. He's definitely in
Yesenia would be disappointed if I...
Huh?
Yesenia is very disappointed right now, rolling in her bed like...
That's not even...
Don't know the band.
That's not even me, Yesenia.
In other news, Clubhouse.
Oh, explain to the people what Clubhouse is. Because I feel like a lot of people didn't... You want me to say
You're the Clubhouse king over here.
Okay, so Clubhouse, you guys, was an application that was supposed to be the next big social media space.
The next, to network.
Yeah, to network. So basically what Clubhouse was, it's an invite-only app. It's still invite-only. I'm selling invites on Facebook Marketplace for $10.
Please don't plug yourself right now.
I know, well, everybody's kind of quitting it already, but...
Yeah, what?
Anyways, Clubhouse was supposed to be the next big social media thing. It's invite-only right now. And apparently, like, the big thing was that... Well, what separates it from every other social media is that this place, it's kind of like a...
This place.
Imagine people make rooms. So someone will make a room called like tips for photography or this room is going to be for the crafters or this.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever type of room you want to make for whatever topic. And then you join a room. And whenever you get in there, all you hear is people talking because they're talking into their phones. Like if they were on a phone call, right? So there's people there's two. Whenever you enter the room, there's two rooms. I mean, I guess two little spaces inside that room. So one is called the stage and one is called the audience. So whenever you join a room, you immediately go to the audience section. But if the people that are talking want to let you talk as well, they can invite you up to the stage. And then you go up there and then you basically say what you want to say. And then if they want you, they can leave you up there or they can put you back down into the audience. But basically, it was just to network, talk to people that you didn't know about. I got into a couple of rooms. I actually met some cool people. They followed me on Instagram. And it was pretty cool, but it's kind of like already being copy and pasted to...
It is?
Yeah. What? Twitter. Twitter's about to launch Twitter rooms or something like that.
Their own rooms?
Yeah, they're going to...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I know... So... Clubhouse was actually recently valued to be worth $4 billion. Yeah. And this application came out last April, so a year ago. And the first time I ever heard about Clubhouse was, I think you mentioned it, and one of the podcasts that we always listen to, called Group Chat. They always talk about going on Clubhouse, and one of the biggest rooms that has ever been done was by Elon Musk.
Yep. Elon Musk went in there.
The great thing about Clubhouse is that anybody, you don't know who can be in the audience. It can be an A-list celebrity to somebody who's just wanting to know more about the topic. But then, sometimes you have not just in the ones that are listening are A-list, but also the ones that are on the stage that can, give you tips. And this is all free, right? Again,
yeah, it's
this
all
is
free.
An invite only, so like only you can...
You have to know somebody that's on the app.
Yes.
To get an invite from them. You have to request it.
And you invited me, and so now I have 3 invites, but I don't get on it hardly enough, but I have had my
Yeah.
I've joined groups where like if I want to learn more about like social media, there's literally there's a room for every topic you can think
Yeah,
about.
but so what's starting to happen now, it's starting to become really scammy, which means people are like making these huge rooms with like 400 people, and they're like, yeah, everybody can. They'll call it something like entrepreneur room, and basically they're four people on the stage. They're like, hey, you guys, yeah, everybody come in here. We're gonna give everybody a stage. What we're doing is that we're doing like a follow train for Instagram. So as soon as you come up here, say your business.
Oh, that's weird.
And we'll follow you. Everybody, make sure to say it and make sure.
Follow for follow.
Yeah,
like
follow
for
for
like.
follow kind of crap. They were like, the four people that are hosting the room. They're like, to be invited up to the stage, you have to follow us first.
What?
So you already know that they don't even care about any.
Me?
Yes, it was starting to get cringy, and
that's very cringe.
And then Clubhouse started out being like big in the tech space because basically it started with all the tech nerds in Silicon Valley.
Okay.
And then like even Mark Zuckerberg was in there.
Look at you.
And he was like listening in, obviously trying to see what it's about, and so he can copy it onto Facebook.
Right.
But yeah, like it was really big into tech, and then people were doing like this really like cool. Like whenever I got in there was a lot of cool rooms talking about like really technical stuff or whatever. But now since everybody's getting invites, it's starting to fall more into the like I'm an entrepreneur that's making $1.5 million a month.
Yeah,
and then you join in there, and then you're hearing that guy talking like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Then you go to his Instagram, he has like 200 followers. You're like, dude, what? Like, like it's just like people are just starting to trying to get clout. Basically, it's just becoming a clout, phonies and everything.
I feel like there are some people in the application who can easily just do it for clout, for follows or whatever. But there are some people that, are experts in said subject. And, but I did feel that way too. Like a lot of the rooms that I would join, it was like followed by anytime anybody would bring someone onto the stage and like introduce them. It was a lot of name dropping too.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. Like just
it was a little weird.
The question, like it was a question, and then it was just.
But I thought it was funny.
It just needed an answer, and it just too much.
Yeah, what I thought it was funny, I would get in there, and they would be like, "Hey, you guys, my name is whatever, so and so, and I make beats. So if anybody like needs help making a beat for whatever your company, your business." And then somebody will go up there and be like, "Hey man, I know the guy that produced for Justin Bieber. So if you need a job, like hit me up, hit my Instagram."
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, but then it became like everybody knew somebody that needed Justin. Like like dude, how many people know Justin Bieber in here? Or how many people they would be like, "Hey yo, dude, I produced a movie with
Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay,
bro,
man.
what are you
All
talking
right.
about?
Okay, well, Marty doesn't like Clubhouse.
Hey, I know Tom Hanks, and I could get you a role with Tom Hanks. So hit me on the hit me a follow.
It turned into a creepy Craigslist.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's Clubhouse for you guys. If you
hey,
guys
I'm the producer of the Liz and Marty show.
Okay,
hit me up.
If you haven't heard about Clubhouse, that's our take on Clubhouse.
Yeah, and again, I'm selling invites for $10 an invite. hit my Instagram.
The mess. Oh my gosh.
Not just kidding, but for real, you guys, if somebody wants an invite,
no,
for free. I'll give it away for free. Just
free.
Make sure you follow Liz and Marty show.
You better follow this show, and we want screenshots. I'm kidding.
Nah, yeah.
Oh my
so we got next. What we got next?
So this past weekend,
yeah,
we went. We woke up really early on Saturday morning because we.
We had a super productive Saturday.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
What the heck?
It started early too, at 8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. I got up, rode our bikes around the neighborhood because it was
community garage sale day.
Woohoo! We love a good garage sale, and we found some really cool things. Well, you found some really cool things.
No, you found it, but then I bought it because you said if you don't buy it, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, because I can't take it home with me, but they're really cool stuff. I'm very into anything that's like any furniture or just like anything that's brass material or gold, I am obsessed with. Like I need, and kind of just fits my little Pinterest mood board
Yeah,
of
for
what
sure.
I would envision my future home to look like. And we came across this beautiful like bedside lamp that's completely brass, and I've seen that exact lamp at Target.
Okay.
And so when you were riding, by that house, and I was like, that was like the first thing I saw. I was like, babe, like there's a beautiful lamp. Like let's go ask what how much it costs.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped by, and she was really friendly. We were like, good morning. And the first thing I was like, how much for that lamp? She said $10. I said, what? What?
I feel like we could have gone lower because then every other thing I asked her for, like she would go lower on. She would be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She'd be like,
But
"Can you
I
do
know
7 for that?"
I just love finding things that like clearly there's no wear on it, and
Yeah.
like I've seen, like I said, like this is a Target lamp evidently, and I know it costs like over $80 or something. So
Yeah, it looks really nice.
it's so nice. And you also found a picture, or not a picture frame, but like a print.
Yeah, it's like a cool print, like the seashore with some mountains on it.
Yeah, it
Looks
looks
pretty
really
nice.
cool.
I just bought it because of the frame, because those frames, that frame is huge, and I know if just to buy a frame that big, it's gonna be
It's really expensive to buy frames, and
yeah, and I do photography, so I would love to like print out one of my photos and then just put it on
you
there.
have some really cool ones from Colorado that I really really love. But and then right after the garage sale, we're like, let's keep it going. Let's go find other garage sales. And so you grabbed your truck, and we picked up the things, and
Yeah,
we
we
went.
kind of went looking for another garage sale, but it kind of was disappointing. Like we saw a lot of like kid stuff, like
Yeah, like kid toys, old kid clothes, and we're like,
yeah.
yeah. But we did find an antique store.
Yeah, we went to the antique store. The antique store was
Poppin'.
plush. Yeah.
There was, oh my gosh, I used to go antique. Is it antiquing? Is that the verb? I don't know. But I used to go antique shopping
Okay.
when I was in high school all the time. Like that was my
Jam.
hobby.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't been in an antique store in a real long time. But that one, like, whoa. We
Yeah.
spent, I timed, well, I didn't time us, but I checked the clock, and we were there a solid hour. Just like looking through every single item.
I was amazed because you
What'd
know
you
me.
find?
Well, I went in there and I went looking and I was looking for, I know what I'm looking for,
Oh, yeah? Hmm.
So I went looking for some comic books but I mean, at these antique shops, you mostly find like furniture. I would feel like.
Yeah, like old vintage finds, like,
Yeah.
old Pepsi bottles and
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
glassware and
So it was cool that I walk in there, right? And I'm looking, and then I see one comic book in a little shelf, and I'm like, ooh, it was like a vintage Superman. And I was like, how much for that? The guy's like $25. I was like, ooh, that's a little much.
yeah.
And then when I went around to behind that place, I saw 2 bins of comic books. I was like, what the heck?
And wasn't I like in the back room too?
Hold
And
on,
was
hold
like,
on.
Oh,
Hold on, I'm not there yet. So I went to the back and I see 2 little bins of comic books and I started looking through those, right? And keep in mind I've only seen like 25% of the store. And then you were kind of like, obviously you're going to stop and just wait for me to go through all of those. So you kept walking around, and then when you went
clearly I
through the
was not.
back, you saw
I literally said, psst, babe. Because it was so quiet in there. It was
Yeah.
just like us two and the guy, the owner. And you're like, what? And I told you with my head, I'm like, come here.
and I was like, no, hold on, I'm looking through these comic books.
And I said, no, come here.
And I was like, I don't want to look at glass bottles.
You were looking at glass
No, I
bottles?
said I don't want to look at glass bottles.
Yeah, because you thought I was looking at that. I found like 2 full tables full of boxes with old vintage comic books.
Yeah.
In the very back room, and I was like you.
I'm
need
talking
to
like
come see
Detective
this.
Batman stuff.
It was wild. I don't even know what I was looking at. I was just like, you need to come see this because I think you might.
Yeah.
Like
Unfortunately,
it.
we cannot name the name of the antique store just for comic book claim purposes.
Oh right. Marty wants to keep this gem to himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a really nice spot. You copped a few, right?
Yeah, I bought 3.
Yeah.
Action comic books from like the 1970s.
1970s.
Yeah, those were the comic books that were like 30 cents.
Yeah.
a comic.
That's insane.
Yes.
And then right after that, what did we do? Oh my gosh, we
Oh,
went to
we
our
went.
favorite tacos in Houston.
Oh yeah, and then they moved locations, and that was really weird because okay, so this taco truck is like literally next to a gas station, right? But they had like a little roof with a little outside
Yeah,
patio.
it's kind of, yeah.
It was
It has a
it was all
shed.
right. Yeah, it was a little shed, but it was all right. And then we get there, and the whole truck's not even there. We're like, what the hell? And literally, they left the sign and everything. We're like, what happened? So she calls, and they're like, oh, we moved like a couple of minutes down the road, and we're like, oh, what the heck? Okay, so whatever. So we left.
She was so nice about it too, though. She's like, "I'll text you the address right now," and I was like, "Oh, bet."
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
it
We
was like
will, yeah,
6 minutes,
yeah. And then
6 minutes
we
away.
go over there, and there is no shade anymore. It's just like out in the open, and then there's a bunch of dirt everywhere. So whenever we like, whenever we drive in there, we like scoop up
It
like
was like a sandstorm.
yeah, sandstorm in there. It was like hot. And we're like, how about we just get the tacos and eat inside the truck?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. I like, look, I love tacos. I will have tacos every day if I could. But these tacos are just so, so good. Martin's family put me on for sure, and I just can't stop having them. They're like my go-to. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll definitely try to share a picture
Some
of these
tacos.
tacos.
Yeah.
These are just so freaking good. They're up in North Houston.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn, but they're incredible. Son tacos de pastor, tacos de trompo, and I'm
Taco.
usually a steak girl. Like I love tacos de bistec, but these you have to have.
You have to try these tacos al pastor. They're really
Al
good.
pastor. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And then right after that, we went to the Galleria. You know,
Yo, the
a
Galleria
Houston
was
must.
freaking packed.
It was.
And no mask. Let's go.
I mean, I was definitely wearing my mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredibly packed, and it was also because it was such a pretty day. Like it was great weather.
Yeah.
It was just the perfect day to go out and bebop around town. And yeah, but it appears everybody went straight to the Galleria to the Louis Vuitton store
To storm the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci store.
Yeah, like in Kansas City I don't think we do. We don't have like luxury stores like that. Like,
Okay.
and so for me, anytime I get to see lines and lines of people waiting to go into a luxury store, I'm just like, what?
How many stimulus checks did you think Gucci got?
Every single one of them. Every single one of them. So
Hell yeah.
good for them, I guess.
Gucci stuff came out winning, you know?
Yeah. So Saturday was so much fun. We went all the way from garage sales up all the way up to
The Louis
peeking
store.
through.
The Louis
Yes.
store.
Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that was really fun. The only reason I really go to the gallery is to go to Zara because I love Zara. But yeah, we had to pass through thousands of people before we can get to.
Yeah, Zara's a big mess, I feel like.
Zara is just always, and I just love how there's absolute zero customer service in that store. In any Zara store, like no one gives you like a hi, how you doing, welcome.
No,
Nothing.
they're trying to like run away from you.
They literally they look at you in the eye as they're fixing their inventory, the racks, and they look away as if you didn't just walk in ready to spend hundreds of dollars. They're so rude, but is that going to stop me? Absolutely not.
Man, the thing that sucked was that you didn't find anything.
I found a pair of pants.
But we had to like return everything.
But I bought two pairs.
Yeah, okay,
I returned one of the
did.
two. The other ones, hey, spring pants. They're super cute. I can't wait to wear them. And then right after that, what did we do? We headed home.
Yeah, that was it. I think that was it for the day.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, no. That night, we watched Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's true. So she caught up in the Wonder Woman because she had seen the 1984 one.
Yes.
And you thought that one was...
We saw it over Christmas, I think. Mm-hmm.
Which one did you like better, the first one or the second one?
Okay, here we go. So
Be honest.
everyone, Martin and his little sister have been saying that the first one is better than the second one.
Yep.
I watched the second one first, and I really liked it. I still think No, okay, I'm not gonna say it. They're both great. I don't know if I have a.
But if you had to choose one, just for the podcast, come on.
If I had to choose one,
yeah.
I mean, babe, we can't do that. Pedro Pascal is in the second one.
Okay.
Okay, the first one, I really liked the first one. I think the first one is.
Yeah, there you go.
Is what you wanted to hear.
That's
okay.
what I
no,
wanted
I
to
really
hear.
did like it from the very beginning where she's like training to be
Wonder Woman. I mean,
Wonder Woman. Yeah,
she's an Amazonian.
Amazonian. Yeah, that was really interesting. I really liked the plot, and I really liked. I loved the love story that she had, but it wasn't even a love story, which is I think what was so unique about it. It was like they were kind of into each other, but then by the time it was ready to kind of declare something, their love or whatever, it was
too late. Yeah,
which makes me appreciate the second movie where
she wishes for him to come back.
She wishes for him. I was like, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, so we watched that, and that was really nice, and that's kind of how our weekend went. Watch Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was pretty awesome. I do like the first one better, just simply like I said, I feel like it had more of a story. It wasn't as quirky as the second one, and the special effects.
The second one,
I'm sorry, the special effects were just not it there,
Yeah, they were.
No.
It was good.
It was good. It was all right, but nothing great.
But I remember I cried at the end of the Wonder Woman 1984.
That's crazy.
Because remember she had to, for those who haven't watched, a spoiler alert, she had to give up her wish in order to save again
the day,
and her wish was to be reunited with her lover from the first
from
movie.
another mother. No,
and I just felt so bad because she had just recovered him
her
from
love,
the past, and then
But it was weird because in the movie it wasn't him. It was him, but like in another body, which is weird.
Right. Oh right.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Moving along. Again, because I'm so into like world marketing news, I follow this girl on TikTok, and of course I don't have her handle, but she's always sharing all the marketing news of the week.
Okay.
And
you definitely have to get her name for the next podcast, because people are getting canceled left and right on TikTok for not giving
credit where
credits.
Credit is due.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, let me go find her.
Oh my god.
But creo que es mexicana. And so all her content is in Spanish.
Okay, find her because we were just talking about this guys on the way home today. She was telling me about how this guy, I don't know if you guys have seen the the guy that does that.
I'm not gonna get it.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
The guy that does how does he do it, babe? It's like,
see?
all right.
Look at you. Look at you.
Well, let me see if I can find it. God damn it! Now we're both on our phone.
Okay. So anyway, the news that I was gonna share was for those of you who are IKEA lovers, IKEA is now in Mexico for the first time.
Pew, pew, pew.
So they opened their first brick and mortar in Mexico City, and it's the first IKEA in Mexico. I don't know about you guys. I think the only thing I've purchased from IKEA is like bed sheets and pillowcases. I haven't really purchased furniture from there, but I know it's very popular here. But a lot of people say it's not the best place to get your
okay,
from.
so I feel like before it wasn't, like whenever they first started, and that's what I'm wondering about this IKEA in Mexico, if they're gonna like roll it out the same way they did here, which like how it started here was they had like basically like almost cardboard-ish furniture, and it wasn't the best quality and kind of sucked. But like within the past few years, they've actually like increased the quality of their furniture to being more sturdier materials.
Is it because they got called out or something?
Maybe, I don't know, but their materials have gotten like way better. Like that table right there and that one are from IKEA.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they're much more sturdier now. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's good for well, see, I don't know. Do you feel like a lot of
Well, in Mexico, I mean, IKEA is already an affordable, furniture
place.
Yeah, so I think in Mexico it'd be, having access to kind of nice furniture. Well, furniture.
And I feel
that
like
looks
they're
nice,
open only in Mexico City, right?
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of more wealthier people are there, like people that would like go.
I don't know. Yeah, Mexico City is pretty rich a city. I don't know.
I guess I'm wondering who they're targeting. Like, are they targeting like the local average Mexican person, or are they targeting like business people who travel there for work and they're
Probably
starting in a
business
condo?
people. Mexico City's filled with a lot of like business people.
Yeah, because
a lot of young entrepreneurs. A lot of people from the States actually live in Mexico City.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like trying to accommodate maybe people from other countries that go there and they know the brand IKEA and furniture.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if the average Mexican person that lives there will just probably go to like a
we're not
pulga or
talking
something.
about like the del rancho. I don't know. Maybe too though, but yeah, Mexico City is a city, so I think a lot of people would have. It's pretty accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, IKEA's not expensive.
That's good. I mean, I wonder if they're gonna expand. Hopefully.
I know for sure they are going to start like shipping to, like across Mexico. But I just thought it was such a neat news because I don't know. You think about IKEA and I'm just like, oh, it's everywhere. It's all over the world. But I had no idea it was not in Mexico. And, I like to be in the know and what's going on in Mexico. So
that's pretty cool.
Anything else you want to talk about before we sign off?
No, I think that's all I wanted to cover. I don't really have much on this one.
No, it's been a very busy weekend. We got to hang out with your best friends from
shout out
elementary.
Yeah, no, one from elementary and one from high school. Shout out Jennifer, and then Alejandra and Christian.
Yeah, they're avid listeners. Well, Christian needs to get to it.
Yeah, Christian's slacking over.
He
says he's friends, but I don't know.
You guys are so supportive, and we really appreciate it. And it's always fun to hang out with your friends when I'm in town. They're just such a good time. And, vice versa. Whenever you'll be in Kansas City, I'm excited to hang out with you and my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Exciting things. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. So happy you're here. I hope you guys have a great Thursday, great weekend. We're really excited and grateful
for everybody that's been tuning in and listening in. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Kind of a quick, short one, but wanted to, record one last time together.
Yeah, before we left. There's kind of, I feel like a little rushed on this one, but it's fine. We'll do better next time.
I think we're fine.
Okay.
I actually had an agenda today.
Nice.
I don't know what you're doing.
I was slacking.
No, you weren't.
I was worried about work.
You're
I haven't been at work.
Great. Martin is so great, guys. Today what day is it? I don't know, but our upload schedule is Mondays and Thursdays, and I'm the one who, for the most part kind of like does the social media, but anytime I'm like struggling with like, when I'm in a creative block, you kind of always step in there despite of like editing this podcast. So
for sure, kudos
to you, babe.
It's a team sport.
High five.
Air five.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, you guys are great. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're listening there, or to our podcast.
And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
See ya.
Peace.